Welcome to another video. This is another in my series new releases for 2025. I'm going to be covering July and August in this video, and there's probably going to be one more for September and October, and then I'll be looking towards my best albums of the year video as we hit December. The date today is November the 1st, so we're still a little bit lagging behind, but there's been such a huge quantity of releases. Trying to keep pace with them has been a challenge, to say the least. So I'm going to go through a handful of releases, some of which I really love, others I'm sort of a little so-so about, to give you a flavour of what came out in July and August of this year. Right, the first album to talk about briefly is an album called Ain't Done With The Blues, and with a title like that it's no surprise to know that it was created by one Buddy Guy, the legendary guitar player who's hit 89 this year, and it's a really great addition to his catalogue. I've got a handful of his albums, Heavy Love, Slipping In, a few others that the titles escape me. Anyway, on this one, a powerful mix really of his personal stories, traditional blues, and he collaborates with artists on this album, notably Joe Walsh, Peter Frampton, and Kriston Kingfish Ingram, who also released an album this year, and I might have time to talk about that in the future. And he's got some hard-hitting tracks that tackle in issues such as racial injustice. The album's considered a testament to Guy's continued vitality and commitment to the blues genre. Tracks range from the fiery rockers like Been There, Done That, and How Blues Is That. Joe Walsh is heard on that one, which is a more traditional and modern day blues sound. And there's a particularly powerful track called I Don't Forget, a scathing reflection on racial injustice. Fans will adore this, including myself, and it tends to keep you young, as so in the title, where he asks Peter Frampton to help out on our axe duties. Great stuff. Second offering on this video is an album by Jonas Brothers called Greetings From Your Hometown. Now, I haven't heard any albums by this band, although they've got a very strong following in the United States, and three of the band are Jonas. It's their seventh album. They've been in the business 20 years now, and they present a sharply crafted pop album recorded across sessions in Nashville, Los Angeles, and New York, and the album draws from the past without getting stuck in it. The opener, I Can't Know, has energy, great vocals, aka the Bee Gees, and nice guitar moments. In fact, the Bee Gees is a good sort of area to compare them with, although we are some way from those heady days of Saturday Night Fever. Track 5, called Backwards, is about lost love. Each song has a depth to it and an oomph with a pop feel, and the great choruses throughout. There's a plethora of love songs on this album, and they all have great melodies. This is a nice introduction to this band for me, and I must admit I enjoyed it. So there we have it. Greetings From Your Hometown by the Jonas Brothers. The third album featured in this video is a new release from a band called Styx. Yeah, the Styx from the sort of 70s and 80s. It's called Circling from Above. It's their 18th album, and although they've been around now for 50 years, they had a string of hits in the 70s, and I have to confess that I largely ignored them. They were sort of in the same bag, the reasons escape me as to why, as Chicago and all those big brassy band sounds. I think it was sort of the harmonies and the vocals. But anyway, their sound here marked by rich stacks of vocals and the tunes that got us get stuck in our heads. I seem to recall Africa was a big hit, and they present a sound that had many of the hallmarks of prog rock while being poppy enough to get their songs on the radio. Here, a more poppy Yes might be a good comparison, with the Built and Destroyed is an example, and Forgive has a lovely guitar solo, and it has elements of Jeff Lynne and George Harrison's in the melody. I also like Everybody Raise Your Glass. This gives us a music hall sound from the 40s, and it could have been written by Queen, really. Blue-Eyed Raven has also an Irish feel, courtesy of violin, and a picking acoustic guitar sound. And She Knows, more Queen-like, plus the clarinet track, We Lost the Wheel, hints at The Who, with vocals similar to Daltrey. A soaring ballad ends the album. I was really impressed with this album, and I might well go back on the back catalogue of Styx. I thought this was full of energy and really didn't reflect a band that was as old as they are. It had a freshness, a newness to it. So there we have it. Check that one out. Circling from Above by Styx. Let's look at the next one now. New Radiations by Marisa Hadler. It's very much a gothic folk song sound here. It's her 10th album, although I think I may have got one of hers earliest material, but I couldn't recall her when I put this on. She recorded this album in a studio in Nashville and also at home. It's self-produced. The opener hits harder as an acoustic-driven sound that smoulders into the lush arrangements, with Marissa's vocals whispery, ghost-like up front. What else can I say about her? Critics referred to her in the context of the fact that she wrote each track, and she immerses you in a haze of contemplations through minimalist productions and poetic lyrics. And Pitchfork called the songs lullabies, but I wouldn't go so far as that. And they noted that they seem designed to induce the sort of sleep that hovers on the precipice between dream and nightmare. I thought this was okay. It's not really my taste, but it'll find a home in many people's inbox. And so check it out. New Radiations, Marisa Hadler. Next up is a band called No Joy. The title of the album is Bugland. This is their 5th offering. It's very much shoegaze pop mix, I've listened to it a couple of times, and I found I was struggling with the riffs. I did hear a little Susie and the Banshees and a bit of Nirvana, and also Gwen Stefani vocals on softer moments. The arrangements are pretty complex, demand more listens really. Jelly Meadow is a 7-minute closer that epitomizes that, and Witness the Frantic Sax. Yeah, I might return to this occasionally, but it's not going to be hot off the needle drop for me. But it's obviously got a talent. Oh, sorry about the noise there. I'm recording this album at 5:30 in the morning to reduce the noise from outside, so bear with me. Next up is an album by Allison Goldfrapp called Flux. The strings give it a lush cover to the rhythms, and there's some booming synths and keyboard work which has a disco style to it. Allison's silky vocals are certainly worth a listen. This is her second solo album. Her debut came out in 2023. Need a few more listens on this, but very pleasant. Couple more to go on this video. The Clearing by Wolf Alice. And there we have the Cars again. This is their fourth album. They're a female band, lots of arrangements here, and it has the dreamy female vocals very much to the fore, which gives it the breadth and glow. The opener illustrates this, and track 2, front woman Ellie Rousel bounces and becomes the vocal, very booming that is. There's just two girls, and it's got a magical sound, and memories of Mary Wilson emerge for me. She had a one album hit back in the 90s, I think. Although the music is modern rather than nostalgic, Mary's was more 50s style nostalgia with great production. This one's much more upfront. Not bad. Probably will grow with future listens if I find the time to do that. And the last one on this video is by a band, Lathe of Heaven. It's called Aurora. They're second. They're a Brooklyn based band, and their influences cited by the band, and to an extent when I listen to them, The Cure and A Flock of Seagulls. Aurora has very melodic harmonies. There's a romantic side to it. Songs such as Just Beyond the Reach of Light and Kaleidoscope and the title track sound very 80s indie rock to me. There's a very dark mood, and at times it sounded a little bit like Joy Division. The Echo and the Bunnyman, probably better than Joy Division. So they might be worth checking out. Lathe of Heaven. The album's called Aurora.